want to be gross about it, but he had like something had ruptured, sort of like a varicose vein, and it was basically all these came out, and it looked like literally a bunch of shot out of his. It was very gross.
We may need to edit that part out.
We could always record here too, dude. Yeah, would there be? That was the question, though. Is there any benefit to us being like besides just, would it be easier to record together?
So this is going to go back to the conversation that we had that may or may not make it in because of so that place. I don't feel comfortable in that house, Mike. It just feels hostile, and I can't explain it.
That feeling you're talking about, though, I've picked up on it. But check something the next time you're here. Okay, I won't even be with you when you do it. Okay, I don't want to be a variable.
Say that again.
I don't want to be a factor in the equation. Next time you're here, I want you to try something. Okay.
Try what?
Okay, that feeling, it stops at my door.
Maybe for you.
No, that's why I say I want you to try it. I want to find out if it's just me.
Oh, okay. I'll be more mindful of it, but like that entire I don't feel a sense of home in this house, and I do not think that is something that I can force. It's either, I don't know, I felt at home in very few places, and one of those places was the Vermont cabin, and that was almost instinctual. I just, even empty before it was fully furnished with all the things that
you just knew this is for me.
Yeah. And it just felt right. It felt like home. And, with the increasing costs of just everything. When I first moved in here, it was about $200 a month. And, it's a sizable house, 2 stories, 4 bedrooms, it's big. And it was about $200 to heat the whole place. Well, because my heating is like electric. So, But now the electric bill has gone from $200 to almost $800 a month.
I could not believe that when you first told me that. I mean, I knew because I keep up with all these things with the news and politics. I've even started paying quite a bit of attention to local stuff, which is weird. But yeah, I knew that was coming, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad.
I mean, it's been like this for a little over a year now, and I know that there's a lot of issues with data centers being installed, and the new governor is trying to ease some of the burden with some of the policies, and she's trying to freeze some of the increases that the electric company is trying to force on us. So she's making some valiant efforts, but it's too little, too late at this point. My mortgage has gone up because the property taxes have gone up. So my mortgage is now 20. It went from 29 to 32.
Oh yeah.
My energy bills have gone from 200 to 800. My gas bills have gone from $60-$70 to about $300. My water bill has gone from $30 to about $150. And it's just, I now pay about $4,500 a month for this place. And it's not sustainable any longer. And it's upsetting because, I'm 42. I am making more money than I've ever made in my life. Not to brag, not to brag at all. Okay, I've worked hard, but I'm also extraordinarily lucky to be in that kind of position, and you have to acknowledge that. Luck plays a major factor in a lot.
Yes, it does.
So, I'm in a decent enough position, and I am still struggling to figure this all out. Student loans have picked up, so now that's about $800 to $1,000 every month.
Biggest scam in the world, dude.
Yeah, I know. I bit into that, and I keep praying, Mike. I keep praying for the downfall of society, the collapse of things. I want that, I want that Purge mixed with Thunderdome mixed with Mad Max kind of combination of the downfall, because that's the only way I'm ever going to be able to pay off my student loans.
That's where we are in the year 2026. If only society would collapse so I could pay my bills.
It's perfect. Now that everything's a dumpster fire, I can finally afford bread. So, because of just the extraordinary increase of costs, So I looked it up before the start of the podcast, and it's the end of February, so that does kind of put a bit of a time frame on where we're at when we're recording. But the mortgage rates have just dropped below 6 for the first time ever.
Mm.
And I know that the mortgage rates are different when you try to refinance, and I've spoken before to my mortgage lender, and because I have been with them for a while and I have good credit, they can get me in at a much lower rate. So even at a much lower rate, I think the guy got me in at like 5.4. It would only reduce my mortgage payment by $70. And I'm like, that's just not worth it for all the effort.
That's a lot of filing and red tape.
Yeah. So it's just not sustainable any longer. So I'm taking stock of a lot of things, and I'm thinking about, like buying this place. Like I was forcing myself to live a life for someone else, and that's been a long-standing bad habit of mine.
Yeah, look who you're talking to.
Good point. So I'm considering some drastic life-altering decisions, and I'm just going to put it out there for you and for anyone that listens that I am going to be getting an appraiser to come out and take a look at the house just to see what it's actually worth compared to what it is that I owe, because it's time to get out from this.
Do you think that you're going to be digging upwards quite a bit, or what do you think?
No, I think the house has earned quite a bit of value since I originally got it. God, I think it was like 3 years ago at this point.
Oh, yeah. Okay. 3 years? Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot it was that long. Yeah.
It doesn't, right?
It doesn't feel
feels,
like that long at all. It feels like 45 minutes.
You ever hear like it feels like it's been not so long and not so long. Well, that's kind of where I'm at right now. It feels like it's like I've been here forever, but it also feels like I just kind of moved in like not too long ago.
Right.
Like it's hard to think about how I've been here for such a long period of time already. And I look at the major sites, like Redfin, Zillow, and all that crap. And I know
I was about to say Redfin, yeah.
I know there's a lot of flaws with those. But there's like 2 other sites that I also look at, and I try to take like the average of those 4 combined, divide it by 4.
All right.
And like the price of the house has gone up. So is there equity in the house that I can pull out? Most likely, yes. So
I would say by now, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Unless there's something like it's built on an ancient Indian burial ground or something totally ridiculous,
Well, I mean, I am relatively certain that Toby the Demon is a thing here. And I'm happy with his presence, okay, but his activity has been less because I think there's just so many people. Like, there's a lot of people that live here now.
So you scared the ghost away.
Yeah. I think I scared the demon away.
You just can't do anything in order, can you?
No. My apologies. Sorry, Toby. Sorry. So because there is a lot less non-paranormal activity, there's less paranormal activity, unfortunately.
Too much normal activity, not enough paranormal.
Yeah. Solid movie series. Oh, I always recommend that to people.
I actually just went back and I was thinking about that the other day. I went back and literally favorited all of them so I could go back and watch them in a row. I've never actually sat down and watched them in one after the other.
Yeah, same. It took me a while to finally finish up the last 2.
The problem is they like with those movies, they lose so much value after the first watch. It's like with the video games like that, they're only good for one go.
Yeah, Death Stranding for me. I don't think I can ever play those games again. Phenomenal games, like incredible, like
did you
wild experiences.
I was looking at that second one. How long's that been out already?
Year or 2, I think.
That long? It doesn't feel that long. Again, we're not doing this again. Black hole. I mean, right.
June 26th of 2025.
Oh, okay. So exactly a year. Oh, June. No. Sorry, you said
June. I'm like, wait, what fucking month is this?
Sorry.
God, you were so convincing. Oh, yeah, of course. It's been a year. Wait, what? What month is this?
No, I looked up. I was like, wait, no. It's two.
How long have you been asleep, Mike? So I'm considering some rather drastic moves because the amount of money I spend on this place, and I don't. I mean, you follow a lot of news. I mean, it's kind of like one of the main premises of the podcast. Mike follows the news more than Rob.
Not by choice.
Was it force fed down your throat like an abused goose?
Uh,
What do you mean?
yeah, foie gras.
Frog news.
Hey, dude, kind of. I mean, like, just in general, to everybody, in a way, it kind of is. You can't escape it, you know?
No.
Uh,
So I'm sure you know that you could probably talk to like the housing market and how things are likely going to change soon. Like, do you know? Like, you want to share anything that you may know?
well, I mean, really, with Jersey, I mean, everything you're experiencing is just going to probably be worse by summer.
Do you have like any reason to believe that though?
Well, it's just that these efforts that the governor is trying to undertake, as you said, even if you get them through and everything works, a lot of big ifs there, and you get everything pushed and encoded into law, it's still going to be way longer than that for anything to even happen, and everything around you, the world's still spinning in the meantime. So, and the interest rates and the tariff thing, like that is affecting shit like in all kinds of ways that I still don't want to speak too much about it because I still it's not something tariffs it hasn't been a thing since how long? What, like the 30s?
Yeah.
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 So I
Yeah,
don't
and, that,
really
and
know.
that was imposed because the 20s were kind of loud, almost
Roaring,
roaring.
yeah. So, but as far as like anything specific, no, I couldn't speak to anything specific because everything changes so quickly.
Yeah.
Like even like I was telling you about, like there's a good chance in England, like that Reform Party thing, and Nigel Farage was gonna like take over. And now that guy's a clown, and that party's pretty much dead. There's another one that begins with an R.
The Reform Party?
Not Reform. It's called like Repair or something. The guy heading it is named Rupert something or other.
Oh, why's he got to be named Rupert?
Rupert. I don't know. What was it called? Just I'll Google new political party in England and see what comes up.
I literally that was my Google search.
Like those words?
Not new. I googled political parties in the UK that begin with R.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try new political party and Rupert. Restore party.
The Restore Party?
Yes.
Yeah, the Restore Britain Party. Yeah, Rupert Lowe. There it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, founded in 2026.
All of the like old school like politicians like we have here, the ones that are just career politicians, they're all moving out of the other parties into Reform, and anyone that wants to actually do stuff, they bailed out and they're joining that other thing.
The Reform Britain Party?
Yeah. No, everyone's moving out of Reform. That like the ones moving into it are the shills. The ones moving out supposedly are not, and that seems like it's going to be the thing that's going to do the next sweep. Or the next election. They're going to like take that.
For the UK, you mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is great. The local authority of the Restore Britain is East Riding of Yorkshire. Like, damn. Shit comes with shepherd's pie, bread pudding, and a monocle.
Blood pudding and beans.
Yo, those people love their beans, man.
Yeah. Dude, I've seen some really weird videos of like how they have like street vendors and stuff in some of the towns, and just like the way you get beans as a side dish, the way like the way we would get like a condiment here, like it's I shouldn't say side dish. It's literally like beans as a condiment. It was the weirdest thing to see.
It's just everywhere. I have a question. Why do you know so much about UK politics? Or why do you follow it so much?
I have no idea.
Speaking of being force-fed news like an abused goose.
No. I have to follow. I try to follow all the politics going on in all the Western nations, because there's really, if you don't follow Canada, Mexico, Australia, England,
Switzerland, Austria, Czechoslovakia, Italy, Turkey, and Greece.
at least those, and of course that other one that shall not be named. Yeah, you're kind of just, you're never going to be able to see what's going on, and you're just going to have to like, everything's going super, guys. That's pretty much all we get out of these people. So unless you really like, unfortunately live in it, you can't understand it, and it's.
I hope it took me a while to come back from what you were just saying. When you started naming countries, I started going into the Animaniac song. I'm like, no, Rob, pull it together, focus. Mike is talking about something serious here.
Dude, I love that song though. Dude. I have it
Oh,
on my
like-
phone. Every once in a while, it's just like if I'm suicidal, well,
Jesus Christ.
it brings me right back. Yeah, but as far as following politics, you know there's reasons. Don't get into all of them.
Do you think it's a smart move for me to pull the plug on this place?
Sooner rather than later. I mean,
Okay.
it's again, I love it, but it's burying you, okay, and it's aging you.
Oh God, yeah, it's all in my beard. Like I keep going more and more gray. Like apparently it makes me look very distinguished.
It's not a bad look, man. It's not a
Silver
bad
fox almost.
look. If it was straight silver, like you would look like a supervillain. Like your hair was still, because your hair's still, regular color or natural color. Yeah, you'd look like a supervillain with a straight gray beard. That would be sick.
It's gonna be the first thing to go. Like it's already starting to creep into my mustache, like the stash top area. Stash top area. Let's try that again. It's starting in the beard and it's starting to move, migrate northwards. So, yeah, it will be the first thing to completely go. But so far, there's no snow on the roof.
That's good at least.
Yeah.
I have random single strands of gray hair on my head once in a blue moon. Which is still again when I went into the hospital, I had a lot. I had like Doctor Strange graying at the temples. But yeah,
so you think the house is? Are you just punking me, or do you really
What?
think the house is aging me?
Oh, just the stress, the overall amount of stress, not the house itself. I don't think it's like a
Okay.
voodoo curse.
I don't know. I mean,
Rob has a Dorian Gray thing going on with the house.
that's the second Dorian Gray reference I've gotten this just today.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So someone made a reference to a political figure in the Dorian Gray picture. So that's interesting. I often reference Dorian Gray as well. I would do it so often, I honestly felt wrong about doing it without actually reading the book.
Oh God, yeah. You felt like you were just speaking out of turn.
Yeah. So I finally did commit, and I did read the book. This was a bit ago, several years at this point, and I finally read it, and man, it is gay.
I did not expect that.
Oh, neither did I.
Yeah. Where you been, Rob? All literature's gay.
That was a pretty good mo, by the way.
The movies, and don't even get me started on gay porn.
Are any of these hetero?
What's there is there.
So I made reference to that being a very gay book, and the person I was talking to at the time said, well, it was written by Oscar Wilde. I'm thinking to
Oh
myself,
God.
Like, wait, was he gay? Like, I don't really know anything about Oscar Wilde. I just know that he wrote this book. The hell are we talking about? Right. The house aging me. We always do this. We always just kind of happens all the time.
Just run down a hole, yeah.
So yeah, I'm giving some serious credence to getting rid of this place, and maybe finding something that could be a home, but like I don't know if a home is a natural thing, if it is intrinsic, if you build a house into a home, like you just turn it into a home. Because any place I've ever felt home, which has been very limited, it's always just been that feeling.
That's an age-old sort of problem. Can you turn a house into a home? This is also a
For-
very gay conversation.
Continue, Oscar Wilde, please.
Oh yeah, all right. But I mean, yeah, you could always try to turn it into something that's uniquely yours and but you're just talking more investment at that point. And if you're wrong, then you just dumped a bunch of money into making upgrades and repairs and doing all this other stuff at a place, and you're back at zero where you want to sell it anyway. I mean, you might be able to make more money, but still, the time and effort wasted. Yeah.
One of the things I have considered is also putting the entire place up for rent, which would mean having to remove the people that currently rent rooms out, because the amount of money that I get from them
Yeah, they're not
doesn't
swinging that on their own. I gotcha.
it doesn't offset just the energy costs that it likely has that it likely is caused by having so many people here now. And I say so many people, I mean 3 people. It might be more cost efficient to just rent out the entire house and as a whole to a single family, and just put it up for like $2,900 or like $3,000, and like I'm willing to eat like $100 or $200.
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
Yeah, because I can float that. That's not an issue, and just have someone else kind of just pay the mortgage, build equity for me, which makes me sound terrible. But I'm not looking to make a profit off of these people. Like anyone that rents the place, if I decide to go that route, like I'm not looking to gouge people by any means. Like I'm willing to cut people quite a good deal. But do I want to deal with that? Do I want to be a landlord, like an official?
That was literally while you were talking. I was listening, and that was going through my head the whole time. I was like, yeah, but
Yeah. There's a law that's supposed to be passed in New Jersey, and I thought it was supposed to be passed, but based on what I just pulled up, it seems like it's already a law.
All right.
And that New Jersey permits the installation of tiny homes, which is generally defined, according to this, is 400 square feet or less.
Okay.
If they're built on a permanent foundation and comply with Appendix Q of the International Residential Code, the IRC. So I could build a tiny home in the backyard, and I could live there.
What did you say? Did you just say international residence?
Residential Code, the IRC. I don't know why.
Why do you need an international body for that?
International Residential Code. I don't know what that means, but
That's
it does.
weird.
It does have an entire appendix about tiny homes. Now, mind you, I am reading this right off of AI overview. Like I didn't pull it directly, but it looks like it's cited. Yeah, there's a couple of links that speak directly to this.
International housing. What? I want to see what that is.
The IRC, the International Residential Code.
Oh, it's a residential.
Oh, wow. And it looks like a lot of these laws are relatively new as well. Like February 13th, it seems that they passed. It does not seem as though my county is on the list. So I have to wait.
Dude, this strikes me as one of these. I'm looking at this website for that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking into this.
Oh, no. What have I done? I'm sorry.
Got a couple of really big red flags just on the main page.
Well, anyway, it was really
Go
just
ahead.
like...
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, it's just something that I've thought about, and I don't even know how to really go that route. Like if I did something extreme, it would be extreme, like doubling down and selling the house, using some of the profit from the house, and just
Zeppelin. I got you. Zeppelin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. If it is not like if it can't go down from a single spark of a cigarette, then I don't want it. All right.
They act like that was the only way they kept those things in the air. They had other ways.
Do you know where the Hindenburg disaster happened?
Off the top of my head, no.
Okay, so this always shocks a lot of people. Just think of the Hindenburg. Think of the name.
I want to say New York, but
Okay. No, that's close. It happened in the Meadowlands, New Jersey.
oh, okay, all right, yeah. I was gonna say I remember a lot of that being like East Coast craziness back then. Like a lot of stuff happened like literally within New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. There were a lot of like I always thought Pennsylvania for the longest time. I thought it was just boring dead space. Like even growing up, it's like does nothing ever happen here? Did anything ever happen here?
Did anything ever happen?
This place actually, it turns out it's actually really awesome, and being one of like the oldest sort of states. There's like even like as far as like urban exploring and shit goes, I got a really cool list of like basically places that were still completely unexplored now, as far as like old abandoned institutions, schools, military bases, all sorts of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Or don't you could probably find some old school bunkers.
Oh yeah,
out in like the Appalachians, but then you run into the skinwalkers, and I think that's their homes now.
they're on the Pine Barrens.
Well, that's Jersey Devil turf, man. The skinwalkers don't bother with the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, but he's always been really like hospitable, and they've been having a hard time, so he's everybody can stay in the Pine Barrens now.
He serves tea. It's very welcoming.
Welcome into all the other ghouls.
So yeah, just looking to do something different. I would probably double down and go extreme and get the schoolie.
Schoolie. What are
Schoolie.
you referencing? Is that the tiny home, or are you referencing something? I thought you were doing a Simpsons reference for a second.
No. Schoolie is a converted school bus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I still love that idea. Like a mobile command center.
Right. Some of these, like, there's a website that I follow. It sells like tiny homes, converted school buses, and everything. And some of these buses are insane.
Oh yeah,
Like
dude.
completely off the grid, 2 beds, full bath, wood burning stove. I'm like, oh man, just I'm sure it comes with a relatively steep learning curve and lifestyle change.
Yeah, but okay, just camping, but not as bad. Like that's kind of what it is. Like even like if okay, you would get the same experience if you rented a Winnebago and went out like to a national park for a weekend. You would understand what it was like.
That sounds enticing to me.
I know, dude. I got a little spaced out a little for a second there saying it.
I thought you were about to say half a chub for some reason.
No, I didn't get aroused thinking about nature.
Trees.
Not thinking about tree hugging.
Tree third basing.
They call that stumping.
A little sappy.
Okay, we'll stop this now, or we're gonna have 45 minutes of wood puns.
That's right, barking up the wrong tree. So,
Last one.
yeah, you're right. You're right. We should take this conversation. We should branch off. Sorry,
For what?
I just made another pun.
Oh, I'm not acknowledging it. When's that new Resident Evil game come out?
So the new Resident Evil game comes out Friday. This Friday.
That's great. I can't wait.
I tried to put in a pre-order for it for the limited edition one. It comes with like a steelbook case.
Oh yeah, like 4?
Yeah. Just like 4. But it was already sold out. So I'm gonna wake up nice and early. It's my work from home day on Friday. I'm gonna drive over to the Best Buy and see if I can't somehow snag one that's not pre-ordered. You know, maybe they might have like 1 or 2 floating around.
I would imagine not all of them in every Best Buy. Like, is it Best Buy specific?
No, it's a universal thing. I just say Best Buy because I have a $50 gift card there. So.
Oh, I see.
It's funny you bring this up because I did want to kind of talk about some of the upcoming games and how we're just coming out of the hiatus at probably one of the worst points for me.
What do you mean?
Because we have Resident Evil 9 Rec Room coming out Friday, and then March 12th is the remake of Fatal Frame 2 is dropping as well. So it is a great time to be a horror game fan.
Oh, I saw that. I can't believe they redid Fatal Frame.
It's interesting that they would start with 2, but it does make sense why they would start with 2. It was the better of the original trilogy. You don't need to play 1 to understand 2.
Oh, okay. So they're not intricately tied together. So that sort of.
No, you can play 1, 2, and 3, or you can play 2, 1, and 3. But 3 is the one that ties 1 and 2 together.
Oh, so basically it didn't matter where they started.
Right.
Okay, cool.
It is the better story. It's completely redone, so the gameplay mechanics won't matter. But originally, the original Fatal Frame 2 just had a much more polished gameplay and experience. It wasn't nearly as difficult, but it was substantially scarier. There's always that long-running debate of what's the scariest franchise. And it always comes down to Resident Evil or Silent Hill. And it's upsetting to me that Fatal Frame has always gotten the snub because that far exceeds the bounds of horror games for me. It's always been Fatal Frame.
I would say more terrified to go through in real life for me would be Silent Hill. Like Resident Evil, it sucks, but yeah, monsters. That's it. Monsters. All right, we can deal with that. You don't know what the hell is going on inside. Like, you're basically completely at the mercy of everyone and everything in the environment, even the environment itself.
Yeah, but you're at the mercy of the environment, but your psychological disorders and your inability to cope with trauma is what's creating that environment. That is Silent Hill. Silent Hill is not a place; it's a state of mind, man.
I know. I get that. I mean, you just have. It's way more intricate and complex than just a zombie dog running at you. Like anything can happen. Zombie dog. It's a zombie dog.
Okay. No, I fully agree. So I'm gonna challenge you a little bit with this because in the world of Silent Hill, you can get hit, you can take damage, and you can, if it was a real life situation, you can escape, you can try to heal, you can try to bandage yourself up. In Resident Evil, like, that's it. Like, you're infected and you're done. So, yeah, if you were in the world of Silent Hill, you really have no idea what's going to come around those corners, but you have a higher chance of survival?
I'm not so sure. I mean, I get that, like, there's a certain degree of certainty that comes with that scratch, you know? I still feel like it would be Silent Hill would be just much more terrifying, you know? Because plus, what if you really did get like locked into that and you were just there forever, like, you're just in your mind? Like, I think it's the psychological aspects of it that make it so terrifying.
So, could you in real time alter the world of Silent Hill? I mean, at that point, it's like lucid dreaming, but
Yeah, like Inception. Yeah.
yeah, but you're like you aren't aware. So you can't change it on the fly.
Right. You're not conscious of the fact that you're generating it. I mean, if you were, could you alter it? But if you were, wouldn't it undo the whole thing?
I don't think you can alter it, even if you're aware of it, because Silent Hill comes from deep-seated, deep-rooted,
Unaddressed traumas.
yeah. So I don't think you could change it on the fly. It's too ingrained.
Wouldn't dealing with the traumas change the environment?
It would. How would you deal with trauma in real time without some sort of therapeutic help?
If everything around you is like basically generated by that, like, the only way through it and to even survive in that aspect of it, that whole side of it, I mean, wouldn't you have to either quite literally or figuratively face the trauma to progress? Or,
I mean,
or is it just hitting stuff with a stick? I mean,
you're literally getting into the premise and point of Silent Hill. Like, I think Silent Hill is your mind forcing you to deal with this trauma that you are not addressing in like real life events. So it's like you battling the trauma in your mind. Like, that was the whole purpose of Silent Hill 2 was... Okay, so we're going to get into some spoilers here for Silent Hill 2.
Wait, hold on. Does the ending or anything, does it differ all that much from the original?
No.
Then you're not really spoiling anything. Go ahead.
I mean, I think everything can be a spoiler. I get that Silent Hill 2 has been out for a very long time. So it is still a spoiler for anyone that hasn't played the remake.
That is true, because with the reboots, you're bringing in a whole new...
Exactly. So
Different
for anyone...
people.
Yeah, there's some trauma coming up. I mean, yes, there is some spoilers coming up for Silent Hill 2. So, do you remember Silent Hill 2, like the story? Do you remember playing through the game at all?
Vaguely.
All right, so Silent Hill 2, you travel to Silent Hill as James, and he received a letter from his wife who has since passed. She died. And the letter reads, "I'm at our place. I'm at Silent Hill. Like, I'm still alive. Come meet me." Like,
Right,
you know,
Sean Bean.
I miss you. Yeah. Was that Sean Bean? Yeah, it was Sean Bean. I still need to see the movie that dropped. I heard not such good things, but it's still Silent Hill. Still gonna watch it. Anyway, I digress. So he goes to Silent Hill, goes through the entire town, solves the puzzles, humma. Depending on how you play the game, depends on the ending you get. But the storyline ending is that James is there to address the trauma of the fact that his wife was very sick and he killed her. Whether it was a mercy killing for her to put, to end her suffering, or he just could no longer deal with putting up with her being sick and it was too much for him to handle. That's open to interpretation, I believe. But he does kill his wife by smothering her with a pillow. So, shh. And that is James getting forced and thrown into the world of Silent Hill to cope with the trauma of him doing that to his wife. Even though he did love her and it was incredibly painful for him, he buried that trauma. Like, he literally forgot that he did that until the very end of the game when you find yourself at the hotel and you play this videotape and it's a recording of you killing your wife.
Yeah, that might be a bit rough. Jesus.
Yeah. The world of Silent Hill forces you to address your trauma in real time. So it is probably the most extreme version of exposure therapy you could possibly get.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So,
Fair.
and you know, and of course, like depending on how you play the game, and
Super
depending
high
on like
stakes, super
and
high
things you pick, yeah, depending on like things you pick up, like you know, it changes, potentially changes the ending. But for the sakes of this conversation, that is the canon ending of the game: is you kill your wife, and you find out that you kill your wife.
So basically, you locked that away in the back of your brain, and then your brain was like, "Oh no, you don't."
Yeah, exactly. It's like no. We're gonna bring this to the forefront, and we're gonna address this. So, I guess like, could you in real time alter the world of Silent Hill if you were in it? I would say no, because Silent Hill is forcing you to live through that trauma and to bring it to the forefront in your actual life.
So everything ceases to exist once it's dealt with. So there is no changing anything.
Right. Whereas Resident Evil is zombies, but if they bite you, you're done.
Yeah, one scratch from this creature.
Was that Red Hive? Was that?
Yeah. I was doing it with a stupid accent instead of the Red Queen, but
Just one bite, one scratch from these creatures is sufficient.
That's the one, Red Queen, right? Red Hive. So yeah, like if I had to pick between the two, I don't know, man. I think I might lean Silent Hill, because the creatures in Silent Hill could still be killed with traditional means, as opposed to Keith Richards, who cannot be killed by conventional weapons.
Yeah, that is true, unfortunately.
This may be the reason why Keith cannot be killed by conventional weapons.
Seems like even death can't get him.
So, knowing now that we just had this discussion, would you still pick the world of Silent Hill? No, would you still... Wait, which one did you pick?
I said...
You picked Resident Evil.
I said Resident Evil is less scary. Like, I would... If I had to experience... Like, I think the Silent Hill thing would suck more to go through. Pew, you're blipped out and you don't even know you're in your own head.
See, but that's kind of the story, is for you to discover, like, is it happening in your head, or is it actually happening in real life?
Yeah, again, all that is infinitely more terrifying than whatever is right in front of me and solid.
Okay, so what if we threw the world of Fatal Frame into the mix?
I don't remember enough about Fatal Frame to really...
Okay, so the main enemies in Fatal Frame are spectral apparitions. So you're talking enemies that can just go through solid objects.
I still think that that would probably still be worse than than Resident Evil, because again, you're still dealing with something that is otherworldly and ethereal, if you will, versus again, there's a dog that is missing most of its skin.
Okay, so anything that's like more grounded in reality and less supernatural.
Yeah, stuff you can touch is far less scary.
But you still don't want to touch it.
Oh, why would you? Again, one scratch.
So we are picking up we're picking up the podcast at a very inopportune time with some phenomenal gaming experiences coming out, allegedly.
Yeah, I told you I got a PS5 the other day, right?
You did mention it, yeah.
Okay. I never ordered it. Okay, I just got it from Walmart, but I ordered it locally, so the delivery was like getting a pizza.
So your PlayStation 5 is locally sourced.
Yeah. I think it's just important, right? We got to give back to the earth any way we can. So it was bizarre for me to have it dropped off. Like, what was funny was I also had ordered DoorDash, and they showed up like together, and I neither of them knocked. So I opened the door. There's a DoorDash bag on top of the PlayStation 5. I was like, all right, that's weird. All right, okay, but yeah,
perfect.
No,
It's
the idea, the concept was still like, I don't know, it was funny, but like it was still like oddly foreign. That you like remember how much of a chore it was to get like a console. Yeah, like just comparing it to like, oh, the Super Nintendo's coming out. We're gonna have to sleep outside of a game or a Funko land or something.
Well, I mean, the PS5 when it first dropped was damn near impossible to find for the longest time.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, still not anything like the PlayStation 2 release or the Xbox 360. Like the systems don't have these grand
release.
Like these grand release events any longer. Like it's just something has changed fundamentally about gaming. and there's going to be a break point, just like
reckoning,
there's going to be a break
yeah.
point society. Yeah, there's going to be a reckoning of society. There's going to be a reckoning for the gaming industry, because it is just not sustainable for what
they're trying to turn it into. They're pretty. I shouldn't even say trying. What they've turned it into. Everything which was the opposite of what they were promised. What everyone was promised by the manufacturers. Oh, no. Sony Online isn't going to have a monthly fee to play games. No, it's free to play games online. Now, what is it? I mean, it's not a lot, but it's like $10 a month for basic membership, isn't it?
No. I think it's like $30 a month for basic membership.
PlayStation Plus? I don't know about that, man.
I take that back. You are correct. It is $9.99 a month, so you are right. PlayStation Plus Essential is the base level subscription at $9.99 a month, $24.99 for 3 months, or $80 for the year.
Yeah, it's not bad for the year. Plus, with the Plus, they give you those free games and stuff. You know, they pick a couple and, you know. So
Yeah,
that
I've got
can
some
be
pretty
worth
decent games off of that.
it. Yeah, you got that Ninja Turtles one, didn't you?
Yeah, I got the Cowabunga collection, Detroit Become Human, when that was on PlayStation Plus a while back ago. A couple other titles, can't really remember off the top of my head. But yeah, like gaming is just it's not becoming. That is also becoming unsustainable with the increased cost, like anything else.
Again, everything they turned it into like what they want to do with housing. You know, permanent renters. You don't buy anything. You know, everything's subscription. You know, like the streaming services. They promised that wouldn't happen there either, but it's good. Yeah, you don't own shit. Like you don't own anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about this before. That's the reason why I didn't get the Switch 2.
And it's also why you're getting up to go to Best Buy to get Resident Evil.
Yeah. I want to talk about the cost of things first, because, you know, it's always about cost. Gaming, it is now, for the standard edition of Resident Evil, it is $70. Oh, jeez. Like, I can't fathom that, but then let's do something here.
I remember Blades of Steel on Nintendo being like $50 when it first came out, of course.
Okay, perfect. Let's go with that. All right, so we are going to do the BLS.gov. That's the Bureau of Labor Statistics. We're going to check out the inflation calculator.
I was just about to say, adjusted for inflation, how much is that $50 game today?
Exactly. That's what I wanted to find out. Is like how much are we actually paying? Like, are we getting a deal? Are we getting absolutely hosed? So, Blades of Steel, $49.99 in 1988 is when it dropped.
God
All
damn,
right.
we're old.
We're retro, bro. And it dropped in December of 88. So let's make sure we pick the right month. And now we are in February of 2026. No data available for month and year selected. What?
Okay. I mean, can't you just use like a calculator for this? Isn't there like...
Hold on for a second here. Let's go the opposite direction. No, wait, that makes no sense.
Why not? You could scale whatever the set $50 now would be back then.
Yeah, but the Bureau... I don't get why the calculator's not working. That should be fine.
Oh, it's probably a software issue.
Yeah, but they have data that goes back to fucking 1913.
All right, then I don't know, Mossad.
Wait, what? No, don't say
It's
that.
Mossad.
It's the wrong answer, Mike. Okay, I found it out. So it's because I picked February of 2026. I had to pick January 2026. So $50 in 1998.
Or
You
88.
want-
88.
Right. Oh my God. Wait, what?
88.
Yeah, I picked 98. Why did I pick 98? Should have picked 88. Okay. So, looking at the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the inflation calculator, $50 in 1988. What does that equal in January 2026? Mike, throw out a number.
I would say over $200.
Okay. So, that is on the higher end, but it is still $135. So, I guess gaming has been relatively inflation proof. I think the issue is that everything else is going up as well.
Yeah, and they're having this, like, even manufacturing the consoles is becoming an issue.
Oh yeah, with all the RAM issues. Jeez, that's a whole other. So that is an entirely different discussion.
It's a different kettle of fish.
Okay, so I guess we have to kind of renege on what we were talking about in terms
Yeah,
of.
we can't bitch too much overall about the price of the actual game, but at the same time, it's like the subscription thing is freaking killer. And not having I mean, what's the percentage of people that actually get a hard copy anymore?
That is a hill that I will die on. Is physical media must continue to thrive, because if you don't own it physical, you don't own it.
Yeah.
All they need to do is just switch the damn servers off, and that's it. It's all gone.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's nonsense.
And that's terrible, especially in the world of gaming, because it makes it damn near impossible to get a full collection of anything, because a lot of games are only digital. A lot of games are just simply lost to time, and gaming preservation sites, they do the best that they can to find copies, to find games that have been downloaded in order to preserve.
In archive, yeah.
Yeah, I'll stand on this ground as well. That is, video games are a form of art.
Yeah.
Not all art is great.
I think anything can be a form of art.
Yeah. I mean, if I put, a little too gloriousness of it, we are making art, Mike.
Yeah.
It's not great art, but it's art.
I've actually been accused of being an artist a few different times, and it always makes me very uncomfortable. Always.
I've been accused of being competent at my job. I still don't know where that's coming from.
You gotta try harder.
Try harder to accomplish less.
Right? It's so much work to do nothing.
I always do my best to try to find copies of things, because I don't know. And I feel if I buy something digital, not only do you not really own it, but it's just nice to have something physical to hold. And I'm not a materialistic person by any means. Like, that's kind of why I'm considering buying a converted school bus, because I don't really own a lot of things.
A battle wagon.
Yeah, exactly. The old Econoline 350.
I was gonna live with like the Ninja Turtles in a van. I said I know they live in the sewer, but they spent just as much time in the van.
They did love the turtle van. Yeah, so I guess gaming has kept pace, or even has beaten inflation, all things considered.
I mean, yeah, for the most part. I mean, how much was it, dude? How much was a Nintendo back in the day, like the console? Like, what was its asking price, like the retail price when it first came out?
So the console released in '86 in a test market in New York. So let's see about that. I think it was like 200.
I was gonna say, I wonder how the console prices compare.
Test market. Here we go. The NES page.
And plus, there's the issue of consoles possibly dying out altogether.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so many people are just going to PC.
Well, I mean, now with the RAM prices, it's going to be almost impossible to.
Yeah, but I'm talking about something that's already happened. The RAM prices thing isn't anything anyone saw.
Okay, so the first nationwide launch, this is according to the NESpage.com, which we will put a link in the show notes for this. The nationwide launch, the NES was available in two different packages. The fully featured $249 deluxe set, as configured during the New York City launch, and a scaled-down controller deck package, which includes 2 gamepads and a copy of Super Mario Brothers.
I think that's the one we got.
Yeah, that is the one we got. So
Yeah.
they only give a price for the deluxe deck. That is $249, so we will go with that.
Yeah, can you believe our parents didn't love us enough to get us the deluxe?
I've always questioned their parental abilities. Because of that, and only because of that. Nothing else.
Yep. What issue? It's important.
Single issue. Got us the controller deck, not the deluxe deck. Do you even love us? Okay, so $249.
Dad would have answered that question very abruptly and very easily. No.
So no, I never loved you. You're all 5 of you were accidents.
Right. So $249.
$249, yes. So, counting for inflation, 2026. Mike, we're gonna do the guessing game again. What you got?
Well, if $50 was $130, what are you talking? So $250 would just be. Wait, how much was the game again? 120, 130?
Yeah, it's like 134 and some change. So like 135.
So you're still talking. What is that? So $250 back then, that would still be like what? So you're talking like 600 bones.
Well, you know what? I will say that you won the Showcase Showdown. You didn't go over in your price. $732. Well, $733 rounding up.
Could you imagine paying that much for a console now?
Jesus Christ. I mean, how much was the PS5 at launch? 500?
I think it was 6 originally. I remember it being damn close to 7. I mean, I remember they were going for that at first, even more than that in a lot of cases.
Oh my god. PS5 launched in 2020?
That long already?
Yeah. So the disc edition, which is the good one, was $500.
When it started? Wow.
Yeah. Well, when it launched in 2020. The standard console with the Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive for $499.99. The digital edition for $39.99. Now remember, the digital edition also had the ability to buy the disc drive attachment and just plug it in. Like, that was always an option.
That was how you had to get the that one, right? That PlayStation 1 version?
Yeah, I had to buy the disc drive separate, and because scalpers got on that immediately, the disc drives, which usually sold for $70-$80, were selling for $250-$300 easy.
That's such fucking... People are asses.
Yeah, so I just kept stalking the PlayStation.com website, and eventually I found they got a replenishment. And I was able to snag one.
How long did that take, and how much like time did you have to invest? Like, how many times did you check a day? Like every 24-hour period?
Over a single hour period, let's go with that. 10 times in an hour?
Hour. Okay. How long were you at it altogether?
Several days, probably weeks.
Seriously? Okay, hourly? 10 times hourly for that long?
Well, I mean, I was sleeping.
Okay, all right.
And it wasn't almost every hour, like, if I'm at the gym or something. But funny enough, it was at the gym. I refreshed it. I don't know why I remember this. I was standing at the counter, and I was talking with one of the guys that works there, and I refreshed it, and it just happened to show add to cart. And I'm like, motherfucker! Like, screaming, tapping my phone. The guy probably thought I was outside of my mind. And I was able to snag one. So I still don't know how I got the PlayStation 1 limited edition PS5 version. Like, I don't know how I was able to score that. Like, again, that was off the PlayStation website, and I stalked the hell out of that while at work, while in meetings.
Anytime I bring that up when I'm online that you have that thing, people. I told you about my one friend, right? Like, he was complaining about not being.
Yeah, he was trying to get one.
He put in the effort like you, but he wasn't successful, right? And I knew you had done stuff like that. Like, I figured I knew about the drive taking like that kind of effort, but I didn't know about the console. But I figured it had to have taken about the same amount of effort. So, but I went the other way with it. I was like, really? You had I think he got his like. He didn't have any problem at all. Like,
oh no, I had issues.
No, I was. Hold on. Like, cause he literally spent like 15 minutes talking about how he did all that stuff, and he was just super angry. He's like, I just no matter what I tried, I couldn't get it. I spent all this time, and I just like refreshing and making phone calls and all that stuff. And he's like, I can't even tell you how much time I wasted. And I was like, wow. I was like, you mean the one that looks like the PlayStation, the PlayStation 1 edition, right? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, my brother got that. He didn't have any trouble at all. Everything was...
That's not funny. Don't do that to him. Okay, he just walked into a store, picked one up.
But like, he literally just, it was like 30 seconds. Boop, booped, and done. What's your problem? I was like, it just seems like a you problem. Like, got so mad.
Okay, so to Mike's friend, if you are listening, it was not that easy, I assure you. I would follow multiple sites for multiple like drop dates and times, and I was stalking the site. I would literally cancel meetings at work that I was like the head of in order to just sit on my phone and just continue to refresh and to refresh my computer as well. I had multiple tabs open, multiple browsers. I was on my phone. I had my coordinator helping me as well, my HR coordinator at the time. They were also helping me trying to score one too.
It sounds like a ticket scalping operation.
Yeah, it was a concentrated, concerted effort for like an hour period, 3 or 4 times, because I missed multiple drops, and I lucked out the same way I lucked out with the disc drive. But I honestly think like if they never came out with this limited edition version, would I ever have bought in a PS5? I don't know. I guess eventually. Yeah. Because so many exclusives will come out, and like Death Stranding 2 was an exclusive for PS5, and and I played through the first one. I platinumed the first one. Ugh, I don't recommend that. But Death Stranding, did we mention this in the recording that dropped or in this recording? I forget. But
the one that dropped.
In the one that dropped. Okay, so I would recommend Death Stranding to people, but grudgingly. Because it is not a game that you will ever play twice.
So it's got zero replay value.
It's painful to say that because the story is classic Kojima. And if you know anything about Kojima, he is a very strange man.
You know, you were trying to get me to play that game, and I never did. If you want, I will actually do that. Now I can actually do it.
It is a phenomenal game to experience, but the level of repetitiveness it's pretty painful. I would not recommend platinum it. I would recommend just trying to speed run the game and just to get to the main beats of the story, because the story is where Kojima shines. Other than that, it is Norman Reedus package delivery simulator. And then in Death Stranding 2, I was always joking with Kay about it being Norman Reedus Pizza Delivery Boy. And at one point, you do run into a guy that makes pizzas, and you deliver pizzas. That is an actual thing. And then there's a very interesting cutscene with the man that makes pizzas. I will not get into it, but it's interesting. But I will say this: the ending of Death Stranding 2 makes playing through both games worth it. It was one of the most strangest, unique video game experiences I've ever had. As we said earlier, that like video games are a form of art. This is some of the most trippiest art that you can experience. I don't want to say anything about it because anything is a spoiler. But if you go through both games, and I beseech you, Mike, anyone listening, play them. Okay, like it's a great story. It's an engaging story. It will leave you at the end with a lot of questions, but there's enough information to figure it all out. And the ending of the first one, like that song that plays, it's by a band called Chvrches.
I don't think I know that band.
Oh, Mike, you would love Chvrches.
I feel like you said this to me before.
I had to have I rave about them often. They came into my life at a very interesting point, and they just happened to be touring not too long after like lockdowns ended, and
we did talk about this.
Yeah, they're at the Foundry over in Philly. So I got to see, like, it's a very small venue. Got to see them live, and thank God they were great. They were phenomenal. Like the lead singer of Chvrches has such stage presence and command that it is a wonderful performance. So the ending song for Death Stranding is literally called Death Stranding by Chvrches.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yeah, well worth it. Don't listen to it, Mike. Don't.
I wasn't gonna play. I wouldn't have played it right now anyway.
Oh no! I'm just saying, like, it is a song that it is just a part of like one of the consistent like replays that I always listen to is Death Stranding. Like, honestly, all of Chvrches' music is incredible, but the Death Stranding song got me into it. Yeah, like, give it a listen. Like, it's really good.
No,
but
you tried to get me to do that a while ago, and I freaking forgot.
I would even say hold off on listening to it, beat the game, and let that be your first experience.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else. It's like, God damn it, Rob.
Beat off first.
You beat the game.
Beat off first, and then listen to the song.
And then
okay. Or listen to the song while beating. I don't know. Take your pick. Take your pick. Whatever floats your boat. Who knows?
You know I can only do that to Enya. You know that. Don't.
I mean, it is only time.
At least it used to be.
So, the ending of Death Stranding 2, like, I had to take like 10 minutes of just quiet time to sit there and kind of revel in what I had just witnessed Kojima made me experience, and I loved every damn second of that ending. It was one of the strangest events of my life.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play it.
You will love it, Mike. It's so weird. So, because of Death Stranding 2, yeah, I probably would have eventually gotten a PlayStation 5 because of that. But yeah.
Dude, it is mad cool that you found that, though. Like, I mean, I knew it was a big deal, but I didn't realize it was like that big of a deal to like so many people.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that coveted either.
But then after thinking about it, the way people feel about all this stuff, like our age bracket. You do feel one kind of way or a certain kind of way about one gaming company, platform, console. You do feel some kind of way about it. And there is an attachment. And I could see why that would probably, especially PS1. That's like the original, the alpha.
I mean, that was the first massively successful disc system. That caused so many companies that were originally with Nintendo to jump ship because Nintendo stuck with the cartridge for N64.
It wasn't like Sega. Like, weren't they the ones that the Dreamcast? Because they had that. That wasn't that like the first big attempt at that.
Of the disc system?
I mean, marketing it like the way they did, like actually trying to replace consoles. Like, wasn't that the first real attempt, or replacing cartridges? Sorry.
No, it was Sega, but you're thinking of the Sega CD, right?
Oh, you're right. I am. I am.
Yeah, because Sega had the Sega CD, which was interesting. That was a novelty at the time. The only person I ever knew that owned one of those was Nelly. That was it. That was the only person I ever knew that owned one of those. But he was also the first person that I knew that ever owned a Genesis.
Yeah. Him or Corey?
No, Nelly was the first person I remember. Corey was the one that got me into gaming. He made me a gamer. He did this to me.
He did that.
I remember always going over to Corey's house, and like he would set up like a faux like rental system, and you were able to take games out and play them for like 10-20 minute intervals.
What?
Yeah, and it was all just set up like people in his house would come in. I remember his house had carpet on the ceiling. That was very strange.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was very strange. But the game that I would always rent, quote, from him to play for 15-20 minutes, it was Zelda. It was Zelda 1 on NES.
Wow.
And that's what made me a gamer, and that's what made me a Zelda fan, was this. So, if you ever listen to this, thanks, I guess.
Yes.
Ooh, hold on. Shit. Gotta do the, gotta put the, oh, crap. I am so unprofessional right now. Phone's going off.
You drugged out communist.